Good afternoon and welcome to the cruise, amigos. Live New Year's Eve show featuring me. We knew John was going to be tied up with the dentist, and no word yet from Martin. So I'm here. I hope everybody is out there in the spheres, or will stay with me and see if we don't end up having a show before it's over with. Hope you all had a wonderful Christmas, or however you celebrate the holidays. Happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, all the other holidays that fell in there as well, depending on your beliefs. But I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. And of course, we're coming up on the New Year's. On New Year's Eve, we're going to start about 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe a little earlier, 7:30 in the morning on my channel. And we're going to first have a New Year's Eve celebration from Sydney, Australia, with Elizabeth on location in Sydney. So we're going to bring in the new year with her. And then we're going to see who else we can get to come in from all over the place. Hi there, Tom's with us. Mike's with us. Hi, Mike. Good to see you again as well. Right now, I'm just kind of treading water and waiting, guys, for our other two amigos to join us. But anyway, I'm hoping that we'll be able to bring some people in from different parts of the world on New Year's as the clock ticks down in each one of the locations. I think that would be kind of fun. So that's what I'm planning for New Year's Eve. I'm not going out of the house. We'll stay at home and spend some time with all you guys. If you guys want to get online, I'll be right there with you. If not, I'll be watching Dick Clark or whoever does New Year's Eve shows now. For the last good bit of time in recent years, of course, the last couple I haven't, but when I had my business still, I used to do Winterfest over at Liberty on New Year's Eve and New Year's Eve. So that was 2 nights of a Christian rock concert, and they packed the place. I mean, it's 16,000 people. And of course, we had to cook the funnel cakes outside in the trailer and run them inside because security wouldn't let people come in and out. So we had to cook the funnel cakes. So we had to use walkie-talkies, cook the funnel cakes, run them inside, sugar them, and serve them to people. And of course, inside we also did fresh squeezed lemonade. And yeah, when you're in a auditorium like that with 16,000 people, they can drink a lot of lemonade, man. But those were 2 really good nights for me for years. So all the time that I was in the funnel cake business, the only things that I ever was able to do here at home in Lynchburg area was Liberty football and Liberty Winterfest. And I would occasionally do a special request for Liberty when they call and say, hey, we're doing such and such. Can you come over? Sure. I'd always do it. But the rest of the time I had to go someplace to make a living. So I did NASCAR races all over the country, good bit of the country at least. Did football games up at JMU as well in Harrisonburg, Virginia. Washington Nationals baseball for 9 seasons. So I specialized in the sporting events, and that was my shtick. So it was a very successful business for close to 30 years. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. Nikki had a big wedding in her living room a couple of days ago. Congratulations to all the people involved. I am still coughing some, not nearly as bad as it was. So I've actually done pretty well today, but I'm doing on to my second show, so I'm liable to start coughing at any time. So anyway, if anybody does anything different on New Year's Eve, let me know. Stick a comment in there. I'd love to know some of the unusual things people do. I've always looked at New Year's Eve that, of course, when I was working over at Liberty, I'd be over there from, early afternoon until well after midnight. So I didn't have to get out and worry about the idiots running around drunk. So after the business shut down and I'm at home now, I'm not about to go out on New Year's Eve. There's no way. I'm not going to take a chance on it. I'll sit home and have an adult beverage or two right here and not worry about other people having too much to drink and running into me or anything. Cruising schedule for the year. I've been working on it. Haven't booked anything new yet, but I have been, I'm actively looking right now. So as it stands now, of course, I'm doing the Norwegian Breakaway on January 29th. That's the Bloggers Cruise. On February 23rd, I'll be on Enchantment of the Seas out of Baltimore. That's with my buddy Kevin. He's going to be on that one. He's going to be on a couple, 2 or 3 Enchantment of the Seas, but one of them that I'm going to be on. So that'll be fun to be with Kevin. By the way, Kevin hit 90,000 subscribers on his channel yesterday. And I told him, okay, between now and when we go on the cruise, that'll be February 23rd, I'll see if we can't get you 100,000. I'd love to see him hit that mark. He's such a good guy. So that's 30 and a wake up. You guys have seen him in the chat room before. Then the next official cruise that I have booked is May the 23rd, which is Liberty of the Seas from Bayonne, New Jersey. And then a November 10th Carnival Conquest, a 9-night cruise to Puerto Limon and Cologne and Cartagena, Grand Cayman. That's all that's officially booked for this year. And notice, I emphasize officially, because I still don't have the official word on the Norwegian Joy. I thought by now I would have the prices, so I'm going to have to fuss at Pete because he had promised me that I would have everything I need and this would officially be announced this week, and it has not yet. So, we're losing time that I want to be booking. I'm not going to be booking people, but I'm going to be helping people book on the Norwegian Joy. And if you're not familiar with that one, it sails on May the 1st. Let's see, where is it here? No. Yes, May the 1st, 11 days out of Miami. The Norwegian Joy, it stops in Puerto Limon, Costa Rica, Colon, Panama, Cartagena, Colombia, Aruba, Curacao, Puerto Plata, and the Dominican Republic, and back to Miami. So it's a nice itinerary, 11-day cruise. At least I'm going to the AC of the ABC Islands. That's Bonaire, which is sad. I like Bonaire. So anyway, I don't have the numbers yet on that. I mean, that's the main thing. You know, this is supposed to be a hosted solo cruise. All right, that's great. So how much is it going to cost? Let me know. But yeah, there's, I don't know if the information just hadn't gotten to me, or if there's some kind of hold up, or because it's, you know, Passion for Cruises is their first effort here in the States. And they're going through one of their subsidiary companies, I think. I'm not sure how all that works, but anyway, it's, at least as far as I know, at this point, I will be hosting that cruise along with Justin, Mr. Bucket List. He and I will be co-hosting that cruise on May the 1st. So May's going to be a busy month for me. Sonny's with us. Hi, Sonny. Sonny down in Mississippi, of course. The other thing that I've been looking at, I'm seriously looking at a celebrity cruise out of Los Angeles. And if I do that, I'll probably, you know, side to side it and do a second cruise while I'm in LA. So maybe one of the Carnival ships. I don't know if Princess is going out of LA. It's the right days in there or not. I'll have to look. But anyway, I haven't totally pinned that one down yet. Looking maybe at April. So it should be pretty decent weather out there. At least that's my hope. You know, I go from, after I get back from Enchantment of the Seas, which is an 8-day cruise, so that's going to take me into the first couple of days of March. I don't have anything booked until May the 1st. So I've got March and April that are basically open to do something. So we'll have to see. And of course, I'm, again, like I've told you folks, I'm bottom feeding. I'm, you know, watching for price dips, price drops, you know, every few days. Passions for Cruises office is closed for long periods over Christmas, New Year period. That could be the problem. But I need to get the pricing so we can start promoting this thing. Because I do want it. I mean, I know that I'm not going to have the success like Pete had and have 300 solo cabins on it. But goodness, let's get, you know, 50 to 100 solo cabins. That would be awesome. But you can't get any until you got the pricing. I will send Pete a message today on that one. All right, New Year's Eve again. I'm going to start it off with Elizabeth down in Sydney, Australia, somewhere about 7:30 in the morning on my time, which is approaching midnight on Sydney time in Australia. I had something that I wanted to show you guys on my show today, and I didn't do it. Let me see if I can quickly come up with it. Yeah, here it is. No, that's the bird. I did show the bird. And that's the, oh, there it is. Yeah. Okay, it's going to take me just a second to do this, but I want to load this up so you guys can see something that is just awesome. Download it. No. Okay. Now, overlay. Yeah, I didn't have to do that second step. All right, it's loading right now. Here you go. This is the largest opal in the world. It's on display in the store that Elizabeth is working for in Sydney. 17,700 carats. Did you catch that number? 17,700 carats. Can you imagine what that bad boy is worth? Holy cow. And of course, she has all the, the proof in the pudding stuff when they show that thing. Unbelievable. Something that I've learned from Elizabeth on this is there's colored opals. The opals that we see in this country, they're nothing compared to the Australian opals. They have them in all colors, pinks and purples and turquoises and greens. It's unbelievable. They're gorgeous. And of course, they're expensive. But the store that she's working for, which she's actually there to help train the staff on dealing with Americans, people go on a tour to Sydney, Australia to go to that store. Only way you get in the store is by, private invitation. And they sell the absolutely gorgeous colored opals. And they're expensive. They're really expensive. So, but a 17,700 carat one, I mean, that's even too big for a ring. I don't know. Hot Air Tom, you're the smart one of the family. How many pounds is 17,700 carats? I don't even know. I have no concept of what 17,000 carats is. But that's a big stone. Did the opal come from Coober Pedy, Australia? Hell, I don't know where it came from. I still have that. Let me see if it says that on this. The largest and most valuable precious gem in the world was found August 1956 on the 8 Mile opal field, Coober Pedy, South Australia. Yeah, you're right. 17,700 carats, or 3,540 grams, or over 7 pounds. How's that? Yeah, you are absolutely right. Coober Pedy. If I said that right, I have no idea. I'm not well versed in Australianese. But anyway, that's what Elizabeth's doing down there. So she's handling those stones every day, which is pretty cool. The sad part is she can only stay for 3 months, because that's all Australia will give you a visa for, is 3 months. So she's going to stay for 3 months. She'll probably come back home, do another ship's gig, and then be able to go back for another 3 months in Australia. unless she makes enough money down there that she doesn't have to do the ship's gig, which would be nice, I guess. So we've gone through freezing temperature and frozen pipes to 70s today and possible tornadoes. Wow, that's Mississippi for you. I don't have the possible tornadoes here, thank goodness. And my pipes at least haven't burst. They froze for a couple days. They thawed out finally, and so far, so good. I'm not 100% sure we're back to full water power yet. But so far, we have not seen any signs of leakage. So hopefully it stays that way. PD, the houses are underground because it's so hot. Huh. All right. Yeah, South Australia in the hot time of year can get pretty warm there. That's for sure. Of course, it's exactly opposite us here. You know, when it's cold here, it's hot there. And vice versa, whatever that thing is. So anyway, you guys need to consider doing this May the 1st thing. I promise, I will eventually get some prices. And it'll be prices for, for couples too. It doesn't have to be solos. But what do they do for water with houses underground and temperature so hot? Well, it's probably air condition the water. I don't know. That's a good question, Sonny. I don't know if Nikki, if she knows the answer to that one or not. I don't know. Nikki's pretty smart. And those lawyer people are like that. They got a lot of useless knowledge. But we like using the useless knowledge. All right, sure would be nice if John or Martin would show up for this show. I'm assuming Martin is not coming. Sonny says I'll have to look it up. All right. There's a project for you, Sonny. You look. I'll wait and listen. What am I looking for? I'm looking for Martin. Where is Martin? Martin Sandlin Owens. And yeah, he did not respond to either message that I sent him. I know that Stan was sick, pretty sick during the holidays. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe we're going to make some changes on this. Our buddy Rochelle is in Chacabuco, Chile. Wonderful dancers depicting the culture of Chile. Parque Aiken del Sur Natural Park. Many trails rich in waterfalls, lakes, and mountains. Like the unfortunate thing, I can't. She's got some nice video clips, but they're in regular Facebook. Damn. So I can't download them. It's pretty cold in some of that area. There's some ice. Yeah, she's warmed up. She's dressed up pretty well for the waterfalls. All right, I'll have some pictures from Michelle for tomorrow's show. Um, and again, the cruise that she's on, this is on the second half of a back-to-back. That's one of my bucket lists. I would love to be able to circumnavigate South America. That would be awesome. So to a certain degree, I'm living through Rochelle's eyes on that, which is nice. There are times, Sonny says, John may have a sore and numb part of the mouth. Tell him to hurry. He can show us how he drools. Yeah, that'd be great. I'd be happy to have John drool for a while. I can definitely give him hell about that. Uncle Martin was trying to get on a rocket back to Mars. We were just watching a B&W episode of My Favorite Martian prior to the show. NCLU's 3 cruise next certificates for a balcony and above booking 6 months out. Starts today for a week. I've used my last certificates, applying the 3rd certificate to 3 cruises. Should have bought more. Yeah, well, hot air. You also got to keep Cindy happy. Can't book all these cruises without Cindy. Because you know what happens when Cindy decides she's not going on one? You get stuck with the old fat guy. But that's okay. I have been working my project actually for the last 2 days. I've been trying to get my accessibility report finished for the MSC Seascape. And man, that's been difficult for me to write. For this reason. Sorry about that. I so wanted to absolutely fall in love with the ship. It was the crown jewel of my return to cruising year. Not only was I returning from the pandemic, I was returning from surviving cancer twice, chemo twice, a complete respiratory collapse, and still finally, the end of January, able to get on a cruise ship. When I first would let an oxygen guest on a cruise ship the last week of January, Royal Caribbean and MSC were the only 2 cruise lines that would allow it. So I booked Freedom of the Seas on Royal Caribbean. And then I believe it was 5 MSC cruises on 3 ships before I did anything else. And the last of the 3 ships was the Meraviglia. And on the Meraviglia, I booked the Seascape inaugural cruise. So I managed to fit together and complete 21 cruises for the year, with the Seascape being like the crown jewel. That was the one that I had looked forward to the most. I was the most excited about. I'd never been on an inaugural cruise before. I had loved the MSC cruises I did. Despite all the negative stuff that was being said about MSC, I loved them. Admittedly, when I first got back to cruising, I was not looking at the cruises through accessibility eyes like I do now. I have a whole totally different outlook on a cruise ship now because I've got a purpose that I'm other than, this is a swimming pool and this is a chick in a bikini and this is a prime rib dinner. There's a whole lot more to it than that for me. And of course, I got my accessibility block where this information goes. And I've built a pretty decent community in the accessibility network, family, whatever you want to call it. So I wanted this ship to be just absolutely perfect. And there was a lot to like about the ship. The food was great. The entertainment was great. The crew was fabulous. There was plenty to do, but from an accessibility standpoint, it sucked. But I'm having trouble. I don't want to totally kill the ship, because if you're an ambulatory person, the seascape could be fine for people. But if you're in the mobility challenged community or you're disabled in virtually any way, you need to go into it with open eyes. And it's just been very difficult for me to write and be able to say what I want to say and complain about what I need to complain about without sounding like I'm just totally dishing the cruise ship. And I mean, I have no reason to, I'm not trying to save face with MSC. I mean, they don't sponsor anything. They are not, I'm not beholden to them in any way, shape, or form. I wouldn't feel comfortable if I just completely, said the cruise was awful, because it wasn't. Yeah, from an accessibility standpoint, there were problems. I can't believe that they can do some accessibility things so well and others be so totally in the dark. It's just really, it's frustrating. It's been difficult for me to write. But anyway, I'm hoping to finish it today. I've started plugging in some pictures and clips. I have a couple final sections to write, which, a couple paragraphs. I'm just about done with the writing part of it. And finish inserting visuals. And then get it posted. So hopefully, after this show, I will take a break, since this is 2 shows back to back. But hopefully I'll get this finished today and get it posted by tonight. Would be a good target for me. Sonny says, sorry, my MSC experience not the same as yours. Will not be looking at MSC to book. Yeah, I feel bad about that. And a lot of people feel that way. I just didn't. I was very happy with the 3 cruises that I did. The food was good. The entertainment was good. I thought the staff was excellent. I didn't look at the first 3. I wasn't looking at them from an accessibility standpoint that I looked at Seascape. So, I really probably need to do those ships again and look at them through accessible eyes as opposed to look at them through, somebody's eyes that's starving to get on a cruise ship, which I was when I first started. Freedom, I've done 2 more cruises on Freedom since I did the first one. So that the summer cruises on Freedom, I was well into the accessibility venue then. So that one was pretty easy. Royal Caribbean's been a lot better on accessibility issues. Yeah, there can still be some problems, but nothing like this. You know, I've mentioned this on the show the other day. My cabin's a perfect example. Had a balcony. The balcony was accessible. Push button door opens the door. A little flippy do comes out with a ramp to go over the seal so that I can drive the scooter from, in the cabin out on the balcony. Same way, take it right back in when I come back in. Push the little button and up goes the little flippy do thing, and the door closes. And then you go over and try to go out the door to the room, and I've got to get it open, back in the scooter up to get it past the front of the scooter, hold the door with my foot, get the scooter going through the door, somehow get my foot out of the way and through the door before the door slams into my arm and knocks me off the scooter. That's what it was like getting in and out of my cabin. Same token, it was like in any public restroom on the entire ship. Sometimes you had to go through 2 doors that didn't go in the right directions. It's just, some of the design flaws, they're just so totally in the dark as far as accessible issues go. And then they didn't understand it. I went down to guest services to tell them about the issues with the doors. What do you mean handicapped restrooms are inaccessible? Of course they're accessible. No, they're not. Well, they certainly are. I said, come with me. So I took the girl by the hand and took her to the bathroom. And I explained, I said, watch this. Watch what I have to do to get in this damn door. I had to lean forward. Leaning forward over the front of a scooter, you got no leverage to pull open a heavy door. And then again, get the door with my foot. Hold the door to get the scooter then pulled back forward to go through. And then you got to do it the other way on the other side, which means coming out, you got to do it the reverse to 2 doors. She says, you have to do this on every bathroom? And I said, yeah. Every one of your bathrooms, it says it's handicap accessible, only it's not. She goes, oh, I see what you mean now. Well, duh. One of the swimming pools, it was an accessible pool. I've only seen one other accessible swimming pool all year on 21 cruises. One of these pools was accessible. Only one, but one was. Now, it wasn't accessible like a Y pool where the ramp goes down in the water. That's truly accessible. But there was a ramp up to the proper level where the chair was, the lift chair, which, I hate those things, but still, I'm accepting of the fact that some of my community, that's the only way they can get in the water. So I can understand that. And I'll appreciate what they have to go through. Put you on the right level, put you in the lift chair, take you up, put you into the water so you can at least get in the water. Now, hot tubs, you still got to go up 6 flights of stairs or 6 steps. The Robotron, the big hot feature item on the MSC Seascape, the big fancy thing to combat with the Great Abyss on Royal and the Norwegian's bumper cars and the roller coaster on Carnival. The Robotron is MSC's feature. It's okay if you can walk 18 steps. That's what it takes to get to the damn thing. Can't even film it. No elevator access. None. Zero. Kaputs. So, yeah, there's just a lot of things that they're hurting on. Sonny says, no push button door for the public restroom. Sounds like a cost saving thing. Yeah, but then why would you have a push button door on my balcony? I don't know. There's a lot of handicap accessible rooms on that ship if they all have accessible balcony doors. I mean, I'm just going from the one that I was in. But yeah, Sonny, I'm not gonna disagree with you, because I know a lot of people feel that way, and yet a lot of our European friends love like the Virtuoso. I mean, that's one of the favorite ships on the UK crowd from all aspects. So, yeah. But anyway, I didn't want to absolutely murder them. Boy, it's been hard for me to write because I'm trying to do it fairly, but yet to represent my community, I've got to let it be known what the weaknesses are, what they need to fix. And obviously on a brand new ship, they're not going to fix anything, till the first dry dock, in all likelihood. I suppose they could fix some of the automatic doors, put push button doors in while they're sailing. Anyway, well, how's my time doing? It's 45 minutes almost that we've been doing this, and no sign of Martin or John drooling. That's too bad. Because I hate to do this, folks, but I'm getting tired. It's been a long day for me. So I assume the Cruise Amigos will be back next week on Thursday at the normal time. It would be nice if we have some Amigos here. And of course, I'm first one to admit, last week I called it off because I was really sick still on Thursday. And after I did my show, there was no way I could do a second show. So last week was my fault. I mean, I generated that cancellation. And John didn't know about today until literally at the last minute. So, all right, guys. That's going to wrap up the Cruise Amigos for 2022. Everybody have a happy new year. And as I always say when I sign off my show, stay safe, stay healthy. Think about cruising. And hopefully one day soon, we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a fantastic day and a happy new year. I'll see everybody on my show tomorrow. You guys have a great weekend. Later, y'all.